Like, who only has one like?
Because we don't cater to fanboys on Twitter.
I'm just
Rambo.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm like the. Don't you remember? Like that's the argument that he had. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
I put this out, and like 12 hours later, I already have double the likes as what Brim has, and Brim has one. I have two. We're really gonna compare this.
Oh, are we talking about fuckboy?
Yeah, I'm just like, dear God, like you sound so fucking pathetic. Like the fact that you put it out, and you think the fact that you got 2 likes and somebody else got 1 that makes you somehow better. I'm like,
Whoa.
dude, you only got 2 fucking likes.
What about the thing where it posts his week on Twitter or whatever?
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's like, "That's
somehow.
so pathetic. You do this."
Yeah, I'm like, motherfucker, it's automatic.
Yeah, like Brim actually sits through his Twitter and like, okay, well, this
Yeah.
person retweeted me 3 times, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh dear God, like when I read those things, I'm just like, I don't even know how you respond, Brim, because I just want to choke him from reading the idiocy. Like I'm like, no, God, it's just you can't be this fucking dumb. You just can't. And somebody,
Oh, he can, and he will.
Somebody, Fortenga was arguing. Fortenga and Stonesy were arguing with bullshit. The guy on Twitter, on YouTube.
Yeah,
And-
the guy the guy messaged me because he saw that I was also going back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, what was funny is that one of Fortenga's followers said they wanted to see Fortenga and No Bullshit debate politics. And I'm like, oh no, please
he's a
don't.
liberal Mexican, isn't he?
Yes, but he's dumb. He's done with the liberals. Like he doesn't even understand what he is completely politically.
He's
Inept.
politically
inept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I've had a one, dude. My
he
first
goes off a trend. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
his
much.
political knowledge is what's trending.
So I had a one-on-one with him a while back. Like when I
It's
first
scary.
met Frit, like the guy was saying he had made a comment about all those who supported Trump, something to the effect that they could all fucking die in a ditch or some shit. Like he hated the fact that there were people that were able to support the guy. And I said, and I actually got into the call with him and True Scottish Guy, and we went back and forth like the whole time. Like I'm like, dude, like who the fuck are you to tell anybody who they should or shouldn't vote for? Like, do you pay their taxes? Do you put food on their table? Do you pay their rent? I mean, I don't think so. That's not how this works. And he's like, well, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Come on.
They follow trends when it comes to like what they support and what they don't. And it's you can tell like you can tell the depth of their political knowledge whenever you read their tweets. Like the fact that he actually even agrees with Destiny.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
We're talking about the same fag that like they were wait a second. Oh, that's right. Destiny's the one that made
it's
the
all
comment.
about the incest.
Yeah, and Stonesy, was it Stonesy or Tate? No, it was for Tonga, if I remember correctly, who had recently posted it was a joke. A simple Google search would have sufficed. I'm like, dude, like I was thinking, 'cause I remember that whole situation. Destiny didn't actually edit that and put that in there until after the fact. Because I remember the shit that the guy got. Like, fucking Mr. Medicare went after him. Most of the dudes at Bloodsports fucking challenged him. Blair White went on with him. Fucking
Destiny's
everybody went. The guy's a fucking weirdo, dude.
Yeah, and he's a fucking creep, man. Like, he like thinks that incest is okay.
Well, he didn't say incest was okay. He
but the argument that he made was kind of.
It came off that way. I admit,
Yeah.
like it does come off that way. But
He
like
did not
was
word
saying,
it correctly at all.
No, he didn't. Like he like the way he worded it made it sound like he was in support of it, even though he didn't say it directly.
Yeah, and I was like, when I heard that, I was like, whoa.
They did what they called so Blair White and a few others did what they call a dog pile.
Mm-hmm.
And so Destiny was on Twitch, and it was Blair White and like 2 or 3 other people. All right. And they were all practically shouting him down. They were like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting. And the way he answered them, I could see where people were like, yo, like this guy supports fucking.
Yeah, because it's almost like he doubled down. thing. And
Well, he did. He did double down.
He
That's the
did.
problem.
Well, yeah, but he doubled down in his comment the way he said it, rather than actually like fixing what he meant to be able to relay of what he was saying he was trying to say.
Yeah, but
And
like
it
I
came
said,
out like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, with Fertaga's bullshit, where he was like, "Oh, well, if you would have just Google searched this, you would have seen that." Oh, look, he said he meant it as a joke, but he wanted to see what their answers were anyway. Like, motherfucker, like, I was there during the time that shit was going on, and he didn't put that there until long after he was receiving a bunch of hate towards him.
Yeah, it was not no fucking joke.
No, it wasn't a joke.
He was fully in support of what he said, but
Fertaga will pretty much support anything that, like, I didn't realize how blind when Fertaga follows you and he actually supports you, like, it is a pretty blinding situation for him. Like, he will blindly do so. Like, he doesn't really look into things. Like, if you look at the whole rag situation, like, he didn't understand or understand where we were coming from over on Twitter when me, you, and Stonesy were going at it when it came to involving rags. Like, Frit was just going on and on and on. Like, he didn't actually understand the entirety of the situation at all. And neither does Stonesy. Right?
Well, no, because neither one of them. I mean, they're just protecting their master. Like, they're followers. They're beta males.
Oh, and then, like, Stonesy made some sort of comment the other day about, like, Brimstone is a leech because he used Fertaga and rags. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a second. First off, like, you and me and even Shane were bigger than fucking Fertaga before Fertaga even knew who rags was, or Fertaga started talking to her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Know your betters, bitch.
Like, we were, though. We were way bigger than him. So he like, to make that statement was fucking stupid, right?
I'm the one who introduced Fertaga to rags.
Yeah.
Because I heard...
Like,
look what you did, Rambo.
I know, but I heard one of Fertaga's videos, and it was actually a pretty decent one, and he mentioned rags. And he had like 12 subs. And... yeah, when I introduced him, that's whenever, like, I think that was like the beginning of the end for my ability to handle Fertaga, because he was really cool, but then he starstruck.
He got starstruck. He grew, and now he's like, well, fuck everybody. I'm big now. I don't need to talk to anybody.
He has fans. He says, I'm like, no, you have a lot of hate subs, and you can tell whenever, like, he has. What, I think 12,000, 13,000 subs or whatever, but he only managed to get not even like around 1,000. So you actually follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like when there's a crazy guy in the middle of the street.
No,
everyone's got to watch.
He's just over 2,000. He's like 2,000.
Okay, I mean, for a while it was like really low, but I mean, that's still a good balance for having that many subs that only a very few portion of them actually followed you over.
Yeah.
Like he talks about how much like fans he has, and I'm like, I don't know how you can 2,400 followers, but if you go to his channel, he has I think 19,615 subs.
Yeah,
so
we need to get Infinite Retro on the case. These numbers are not right.
But I mean, you can tell, like, whenever they talk about how, like, they have these great followers or friends or whatever, but none of them get like a bunch of retweets or replies or likes. I mean, it's just kind of weird like that. Especially Stonesy. Like, Stonesy puts out a poll and 4 people fucking replied to the poll, and he somehow thinks that's indicative of some sort of like fact or whatever. I'm like, dude, you the 4 people you had was probably you.
Check this out.
Your alternate account and then your other alternate account.
I did my first ever poll today. All right.
So wait,
about
pole dancing, pole dancing, like you actually dance on the pole or what?
No, first ever Twitter poll, right? I've never done one because I've never really found it necessary. And this one wasn't even necessary. I was just bullshitting. And the poll was how many this won't be popular amongst like all of my followers, but how many of you watch a WWE product? I've already had 2 votes on the poll, and 2 people that work for WWE with verified accounts like my post.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're fucking verified accounts.
You
And-
didn't even like tag any of the ver.
Nope. Well, I did tag one, but that's not even the one that liked it.
That's weird. Because I don't know how sometimes they figure out like people are talking about like the WWE or just whatever in general come back to like a post or whatever. Because I've talked about like PlayStation and like I didn't mention or tag anybody, and all of a sudden like Yoshida like responded to me and like, did you like the search for PlayStation? Because you don't follow me. Like, how see my post? It's weird to me. But yeah, I mean, it's like that. Like, but they would consider your poll like to show how irrelevant you are. But then you look at his poll, and it's like literally, I've seen one where he had like 1 fucking vote the whole time, and it was. I'm just like going,
Bro,
are you really?
Stonesy, his polls are hilarious. Stonesy, his polls are hilarious. He's like, oh, look at this. I get way more thumbs up on my polls than Brimstone and Rambo combined. And I'm thinking, are you fucking retarded? Like, are you fucking retarded? Like, you gotta be retarded.
Hey, Brim, this is out of nowhere, I know, but you remember that old podcast show thing that you wanted to do?
Which one? Are you talking about the debate?
No, the after hours thing or whatever it was called.
Yeah, totally. I still want to do that, yeah.
All right. When do you want to do that?
This is after hours.
Basically, no. Well, the reason I was asking was because right now I'm just in the mood. I'm bored right now, and I'm making music stuff. I made one for.
Oh wait,
this is Shane.
So wait a minute.
Up in 3 hours after hours.
So you're trying to hit on him because you said you were like in the mood.
No, I said I'm in the mood to make music, and I'm making music.
No, you didn't say anything. No, there was a pause between that. He was like, "I'm in the mood, and I want to make music." So I think you were talking. You were talking about like having sex with him and making music.
Did you what?
I heard it.
Where did you get that? Where did you get that implication?
Because of the pause. You had a strategic pause in there. Like you were doing that so that way it kind of
We're picking up on what you're putting down.
Yeah.
That pause was because I'm busy. I'm doing something right now.
We have too many gay friends, and we know exactly what that means.
I know, and I don't even know why we have gay friends.
I don't either, because
it's starting to worry me.
I'm starting to be kind of wondering if like Brim is like inviting gay people around because he's trying to tell us something.
He is.
Oh yeah, what I called Brim from the very beginning?
What?
Oh, a beta female.
A beta female, yeah.
A beta female.
My point still. My question still
we
stands.
were talking about if you like want to like if he's in the mood.
No, if you need music done for this fucking podcast, or if what I gave the music already, if that needs to be changed or not.
Why are you getting tongue-tied? Like it seems like you're getting.
Just make it a little more upbeat if you want. That's what I was telling you. I think the last time.
I'm at a fucking death metal drum in the background, bro.
He's like going.
No. I'm talking about. You ever see like those really fast drummers like really quick? Yeah.
Like before long, Prism's gonna leave this podcast and go. Am I gay? Like what just happened? I think I have a date with Brim now.
Oh fuck no.
Yeah, he wants to touch my wiener.
Weird.
So wait, you said Stonesy gets 2 votes?
Oh, I mean, sometimes like it depends. Like I mean, his polls have like never gotten like I don't think from what I've seen have never gotten more than 10.
Well,
ever. But he has like 140 some followers, but like none of them pay attention to him.
I thought I was at 2, but I'm at 6, and the reason they found me is because I used hashtag WWE.
That's pretty cool though that those guys fucking voted on your shit, dude. That's badass.
You are officially almost like Stonesy's top related Twitter poll on your very first one. Congratulations.
I got you, bro. I added this sad violin.
What's funny though is like,
Sack?
did he actually retweets and stuff like that from then me and you combined?
He went and counted your fucking retweets and Brem's retweets, and then he's like, okay, this is what I got to beat.
Well, I just think it's funny because I mean, like, I think if my thing posted every month, I think, or every week, like those things do, it would y'all know my Twitter. It would be like triple the he wouldn't even see because the most shit that his mentions get is him replying to himself.
You have half as many Twitter followers as Fratanga, and not even a fraction of the YouTube subscribers he has.
Yeah. Like I for some reason I became popular on Twitter and I don't know why.
Well, I really think we need to get Infinite Retro in here to count these numbers because he knows how people get followers and subs. Hint, hint.
Well, I sure as fuck ain't paying for him because I don't even have the money to pay.
You can't say that because
then
you're slandering and accusing them.
I'm using my government money to buy followers. It's important to me, damn it.
Okay, the follower sites don't take EBT, Rambo. You need to stop that shit.
I worked out a deal with them. Like they give me 50 followers for $100 EBT bucks.
Nice.
Yeah. I just wish I had an EBT card. Really. I mean.
I have an idea.
I think the new Monopoly games are going to come with them.
I think something, man, because like I need one like bad because like going to the store and buying groceries for 7 people is
Dark.
Ugh.
Dark, it's
Like-
Stonesy. It's possible.
Wait, what? What do you say? I guess
He
what he
said
says.
Stonesy's gonna take that too literal. Like, I mean, it's Stonesy. If you're not.
Oh yeah, he's gonna you'll probably see a tweet from him talking about how I ripped off the EBT process and I'm paying food stamps for my followers, and then I'm gonna have like another thing about how dirty I am and stealing EBT money.
They
Like,
pay him
they-
50 cents on the dollar. You don't even know.
Still to this day, like they're still triggered over that fucking loot box video. And I don't know how
post
many
Oh
that
times.
my
everywhere.
god, that shit is hilarious.
And I've said several times that I've never once like spent money on a loot box, but dear God, like still to this day they are fucking triggered over a damn video I did back in October.
Bro, like that shit is too funny to me. Like, how the fuck are they still gonna bring that shit up? Like, we even said you were joking in the video.
I know. I don't fucking ask me, dude.
Dude, like you said it was a joke, and they took it anyways. And
Yeah.
these are the same dumb motherfuckers that will sit there like, oh well, Bram and Rambo are taking us out of context.
Yeah, I'm ruining. Because I've spent government money that on loot boxes, and I have video proof of it. But yet, in the video, I even say that it was all in currency.
You guys remember the podcast that I hosted where I put that video on loop and we just talked over it?
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I know is that I never gonna be like something that made me live in people's heads like to this day.
Like I said, man, you're gonna knock out the wall. I'm looking at expanding. And hopefully,
You
We
guys need to
can
turn
make
that
some
shit
more
to
money.
story.
It was
well,
It's
between him and Fratanga, dude, it's looking pretty good. Like
it's
that's
fucking
insane.
insane, man. Like it's just fucking insane at this point.
Yo, like I'm just gonna ask this right now. Like, yo, Stonesy, do you have like a hair doll of us with like a little shrine with candles? I mean, I'm
No,
not gonna be
please-
mad if you do. Just
Please
saying,
don't
it's a
answer
little
that
creepy.
because if I find out you do,
He's printed all your Twitter pictures,
Because-
taped them onto the candles.
oh my God.
Because honestly, dude, like his Twitter it belongs to us, dude. His
It
Twitter
belongs
like,
to you,
it's
me,
ours.
and DSP.
you mean yeah, you're right. You're
is.
right.
Like the
Yeah.
whole reason he used to come online is to talk about me, you, or DSP.
which is really weird. Like DSP, like I don't really care for the guy either, but Jesus Christ, I have better shit to do in my life than to
Didn't worry about what the fuck he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like Stonesy's like, well, Bram's not answering me. I'm like, because motherfucker, I'm at work. Like I had to break that to him last week. Yeah, I had to tell him last week, like, Dick, I am at work. I'm like, I responded to you because I was on lunch. I'm like, just because I'm on lunch doesn't mean I'm on lunch for 8 hours, motherfucker.
Well, he doesn't work long enough to get a lunch, so.
Well, it's true though, right? Like,
yeah, it really
works
is.
One day, he works one long shift for like what, 15 hours or whatever, and it's like nothing for like the next week or so after that. Like, yeah, it's kind of.
It's just fucking weird. Like that dude. I understand. Like he's saying, like he's not really infatuated with or obsessed with DSP. He says, and he's just like, he likes to fuck around and troll him and stuff. But I've seen him actively actually going after one of DSP sponsors.
Yep, so did I today. I just saw that today, yeah.
And tweeting them to tell them not to do business with him. And I'm like,
that's SJW shit, dude.
Yeah, it's like, that is not fucking trolling, man. Like at that point, you're trying to affect somebody's livelihood, whether you agree with their livelihood or not. I don't give a shit if this motherfucker is making $1 million a day sitting at home playing video games and being terrible at them.
And we're talking exactly. That's my whole point too. Like this guy tells me, or he told Cyrus, I legitimately don't want you to delete your Twitter, Cyrus. Like, you know what I mean? And then like after that, like a few tweets later, he's like, well, that's one down. There's 5 more to go. So I'm like, so you're actively trying to get people.
Who are the 5?
Oh, well we
me,
can automatic.
You.
Yeah, I was gonna say me, you, Pete. No, not Pete, because Pete doesn't get on Twitter. Go get probably.
Wait, what? What are we talking about? By
and Omega Jim, maybe.
I just hopped on Twitter. What are we all doing? What's going on?
No, it's just we're talking about somebody who's an SJW. Like he is literally the epitome of an SJW.
Stonesy.
Are you serious?
No, remember it's not.
No, I'm dead serious. No, he is.
Yeah, he tweeted.
Dead serious.
Yeah, he tweeted. He tweeted some company that decided to partner with Darkside Phil, and mind you, he's always said that he's just trolling Darkside Phil. Like he's not obsessed with him. But then he's gone out of his way to figure out who his new partnership is with, tweeted them, and then gave them talk about how this dude's masturbated on camera and everything else. And I'm like going, that's not trolling, man. Like you're fucking with somebody's livelihood. Whether or not you agree with how he makes his money or how much money he makes for doing what he's doing, or if he's begging for money, the fact is that it's none of your fucking business. And to go after somebody else's livelihood based on a troll, it just shows you're fully fucking obsessed, and you're doing the same thing that all these fucking SJWs are doing, because like, oh my God, he knows and he follows on Twitter Jordan Peterson, so you can't do business with them. And it's so fucking hypocritical.
That's SJW
kind of at the creepy level, if you have.
God, it is, man, and he's done it with me too. I was actually, that's
my last tweet was about that. Yeah, my last tweet was about that. Remember that, Rambo?
Yeah, that's what I do a lot, because I didn't mind if he trolled me. Like I could give a shit less. I just didn't respond to him. But then I was actually in the middle of a conversation about like possibly going to write for a different network, and he jumps in there talking about how I like the reasons why they shouldn't hire me because I'm falsifying my disability and no fucking proof to this shit.
What, with Loot Gaming?
No, well, I'm already writing for Loot Gaming, but I was like the Chick Network was talking about letting me write for them, but he hopped in and said that like be careful who you want on your network, because this guy here is known for disability fraud and using government money to buy video games and consoles. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you don't even know anything about the situation, but yet you're sitting there like jumping into a fucking business conversation. Fuck off. Like, I would love to see that motherfucker in person. Like, just one fucking time.
Did you just send me some flute work?
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? In my head, I was going for like some fucking, I don't know. I did this fucking intro shit.
You can always go to Nippleheimer and get the upgrade for the blades of Curiosity or whatever.
Legit.
Seriously. But no, seriously, see, so my issues with this kid, stems from my interactions with SJWs. I hate SJWs. I can't stand them. They are some of the worst people on the planet. They're self-entitled little pricks who virtue signal over every little tiny detail of somebody else's life. And that's what Stonesy does. Right now, he's got this thing with me where he thinks that I am inserting my own ads into videos. And I'm like, dude, I didn't know about ad breaks and me adding my shit to it until recently. I didn't even know you could do that until recently. This motherfucker thinks I'm adding 6 fucking ads into some drama video that I do about him. I'm like, this motherfucker's been begging for fucking video content. I mean, at least that's what I think it is. Wouldn't you guys think that? Am I the only one here where if you hit somebody up on Twitter enough times that they finally do a video about you, isn't that kind of the same? They're kind of asking for it, right? Yeah. I do a video shitting on this kid, and the only thing he could think of right now is, well, Brimstone is obviously fabricating fake drama between me and him. And I'm thinking to myself, first off, bitch, fake? Are you insane? All someone has to do is go to your Twitter and look at the shrine that my name and Rambo's name is on. Every other tweet is either Brimstone did this or Rambo did that. This kid, he literally, he's a 26-year-old child.
And mind you, I haven't talked to him in close to a fucking year. I have not responded
except for that so-called fucking treaty thing, right?
Yeah, where he said we had made a treaty, but I told him flat out in there, I don't like you.
I know, I told him that. He still ran with it.
I have no fucking bit. I don't give a shit. If you live or die. I was playing as day with him, and somehow that's the truth. And he's like, but I'm hoping one day we can talk on a different platform. And I'm like, it ain't gonna happen because I don't want to hear your voice at all, ever.
And the last time I talked to him, he's all, Brim, I thought we had a treaty. And I said, dude, you were shit talking to me on Twitter. And so I responded accordingly. I said, I used your own logic. I treated you the way you treated me. I said, if you don't like it, maybe you should get off of social media because that's how I am. I treat others the way they treat me. And he's all, well, Rambo had the same agreement. I'm like, no. I said, Rambo hates you. Rambo would love to beat your fucking ass if you were to ever come over here to the States.
I would drive to wherever the fuck he landed.
Rambo has nothing to do with you. He will not talk to you. He will not message you. He will not do anything for you. He would rather see you die in hell before ever helping you.
Yep.
He does not.
I don't know how the hell he got me being with a truce with him after that call because I don't think I could have been any more flat out with him.
Oh, you straight told him fuck you and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think I've ever been more straight with somebody.
But that's the newest thing though with me. He's like, oh, Brimstone's adding ads and fucking videos.
I saw that. I'm going. First of all, what does he have to gain from it? Because he can't make money off YouTube.
What, I'm gonna make $2?
Well, yeah, but I mean, first of all, you can't because you aren't in that partner program anymore. So I mean, you can't make money.
No, Brimstone's Gaming. Brimstone's Gaming. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay,
it is, but it's still only $2 though.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of I can understand his argument. Maybe if you were as big as Rags or bigger, right? Because then it would have actually garnered you some money. But
it would have been $30-$40 if it was.
What the hell? I mean, seriously, what the hell do you have the game? Oh yeah, I'm gonna put this in there because I'm really looking for a pack of Juicy Fruit this week.
Well, see, the thing is,
gotta have your Juicy Fruit.
Yeah, goddamn it.
So he's saying that I'm fabricating drama when he's the one that's engaging.
He's the one starting the fucking drama.
Exactly, right?
He'll put a tweet going, "Have a good day, everybody." And he's like, "I'll have a good day destroying your ass." And
you know what's funny? Hey, Brim, you guys are still talking about Stonesy or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can talk about whatever.
No. Fun story. So I actually got into a call with him a couple days ago.
I'm sorry.
I know you are. And I was curious, like he supposedly knew who I was too. I tried to act like some random fan. But I guess the fact that gave it away was the fact that he knows he has none. But he knew who I was. Just through previous way, I don't know. He said he knew me through YouTube and whatnot. I didn't care. But the point is, I got into a call with him, and he says that supposedly the reason he has such a big problem with all of you is because supposedly you guys had some sort of truce or whatever, and then
that was a call. Like we had a call like I think it was like January of this year.
Yeah, it was the beginning of the year, and I was trying to move on from this shit. And Rambo, he just did Rambo. If I remember, you didn't even care. You were like, "Fuck him." Like,
I didn't even really want to be in the call. That I decided to join the call and say basically say, look, you leave me alone because I don't give a shit about you. Just fucking quit messaging me, because I every day I would have 10 to 12 fucking tweets from this motherfucker about how I'm faking my disability or whatever, like whatever the fucking random shit he decided to come out of his ass.
To make up, to whatever he wanted to make up,
And I went in there and I listened to his spiel about how whatever, and and he's like, so maybe one day we can move on. You know, I was like, no, I don't fucking like you. I don't give a shit if you fucking die tomorrow. I could give a shit less if you were on fire. I'd just continue walking past you. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't like you. I have nothing but ill towards you. I just fuck you. You know, that was basically the gist of my call.
Dude, you were yelling at him at one point.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, he had the fucking nerve to act like it was my fault this fucking shit happened. And I'm like, oh fuck you, because like the only thing I've said that PC was not objectively better than consoles, and that sparked off like a lifelong fucking misery for me. And I let him happen. And then at the end, he was like, well, maybe since you have me blocked on everything else, we can still talk on Discord sooner or later. I was like, don't count on it. I don't fucking like you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to you. I just want you to go your way. I'll go mine. Fuck you. Like that was the end of it. There was no fucking like, yeah, but we're not gonna do anything. There was no way he could fucking come out of that and thinking that I had any kind of intention of a fucking truce or whatever. Just simply the fact that you stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine, because I don't fucking talk about him.
Rightfully so.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why. I mean, you guys seem to have some drama, obviously, clearly still to this.
It all stemmed from video games, bro.
I know.
And objectively and subjectively, or some shit like that.
Why don't you guys, like? I know you guys tried squashing him, but like, what is it? Just him bringing it up all the time?
Yes!
He won't let it go. Yes, he won't let it go,
dude.
And why is it that whenever I talked, he said that it was you guys?
Because he wants to. Like the fact is that if you get to a point to where you talk with him and you keep responding with the exact same thing, and you realize, okay, we're talking in circles, and I'm just not going to respond anymore, then he'll go on a 17 tweet rant about how he destroyed your ass and that he made you hide and you're a pussy and a coward and.
Evidently, like, I'm an ostrich that puts my fucking head into the ground. Evidently,
supposedly, according to him, what really stemmed the whole thing was basically he said this was back when Rags was still in the thing. I'm sorry, Larry, my bad.
Larry.
And basically was saying that was what stemmed the whole argument, because supposedly he jumped into that.
He never. Well, he jumped into the what was going on with us and Rags. But he never was privy to anything that ever happened between Rags. He just simply has a blind loyalty to Rags.
Every single screenshot I've ever taken, every single thing I did when it came to that whole situation, Rambo saw, Shane saw, Metro saw, and Jamie saw.
Hell,
there are people who saw
most of the shit.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you were there for it before his Twitter got banned. Or deleted, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, you saw all this shit that because I was the one that was linking it in the chat. I was like, yo, check this motherfucker out. Look what he's doing. And then I sent you guys the shit from our inboxes because it didn't make sense to me. And I asked if I was overreacting, and Rambo was like, "No, you're not overreacting because this shit's kind of bothering me."
Well, because first of all, whenever we met Rags, he had I think he ended up having 80,000 subs or whatever.
Oh shit!
And and we were in the call, and when we started talking about creating this podcast, and we even told him look, dude, it's awesome the fact that you're even here talking to us. He's like, I don't really give a shit about sub count, opinions are about subs, whatever. And I'm like, cool, that's cool that you feel that way. But he's like, we understand that one day you're gonna get probably big enough to where you're gonna want to move on, do your own thing. He's like, the only thing we just really ask is that you just kind of let us know in advance, so that way we're not just blindsided that you just quit showing up. He's like, yeah, cool. And then everything went on smooth, and all of a sudden just quit showing up, or had some problems or whatever. And now he's putting out something on a podcast or whatever, talking about how he had to get away from us because the only thing we were just yes men and we were just agree with everything he says. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I've had so many fucking arguments with you on this fucking podcast that I don't even understand how the hell you could even believe that.
I've had so many arguments with you guys. Just see it today. And then
Brim tried talking to him and saying, look, dude, all you got to do is fucking tell us. So that there was no reason to go back behind our back and say some stupid shit. Just come and tell us like we talked to you about in the beginning. And more went on, was dropped for a while. Then all of a sudden,
he started slamming us to his friends on Twitter.
Yeah, he replied to a tweet talking about how
and people still think we ditched him.
Yeah, how we were something or whatever, and then we were. I don't know. I don't know what the words he actually used, but he was slamming us on Twitter in a reply talking about how why he had to leave us or whatever.
Somebody had mentioned you and your opinion about video games, and he said yes, he was insufferable. It's one of the reasons why I left.
Yeah. And then so Brim then quoted that tweet or whatever and said something, and then
I said he was a shady motherfucker and not to trust anything that this man had to say, because that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, it got me fucking heated. I was a little heated that day because I was trying to let shit go. Rambo was trying to let shit go. We were all legitimately trying to move on. And here's this guy talking.
I hate the guy, and I always have. So.
Oh, you never.
And here's this guy. Well, no, not really. Shane never really liked him at all.
There was several times, even all the podcasts that we did without him, we never once mentioned him. The only time
I never mentioned him or slammed him. No.
The only time anything he was ever brought up is whenever the old people came into the stream, and I was like, "Where's Rags?" And he's like, he's chose to move on to different things. He won't be here. I mean, it was never negative. It was simply just we covered for him, kind of like that. It was almost like we had a talk and then he moved on, and then all of a sudden, to come to find out, he has all these harboring all these feelings, and I'm like, well, fuck, you could have just simply said something. There was if you're a man that you're of your word as far as how you behave in your videos, you shouldn't have a problem coming to us and going, look, I just can't take this anymore. What y'all are just full of bullshit. Whatever, I'm moving on. No, I would have even taken that. That would have been cool. But I would have been okay with him saying. No, he didn't.
If he would have just said, "Hey, fuck you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes," I would have been okay with that. All right, fine, cool, dude, whatever. Because there for a while, I was actually trying to end it on a peaceful note. I had actually told the guy, "Hey, man, I hope everything's good with you." Something in the form of, I wish you well in your future endeavors. I really do wish you well, and I want things to be good with you. I meant that. I didn't just say that as a formality. I actually meant it.
Yeah, because there was no hard. There was no hard feelings because there was nothing. The only thing that really had happened was that he just quit showing up, and then he decided that on a podcast or whatever somewhere, or on a live stream,
the Cuck Shack or whatever.
That he had made the announcement there or basically answered a question there that he was no longer
shitting on us.
Well, he was no longer going to do the podcast, and we were like, oh, okay, well. You could have told us, but okay, cool, no big deal. And then all of a sudden after that, it became just some random moment. He would decide to shit on us for some unknown reason because nobody mentioned him. Nobody's ever dogged him. And then he just continued on. And it got to a point to where not too long ago, like they decided to do a podcast on Cyrus
his birthday stream where he mentioned us because fucking fuckboy Fratanga decided to shit on Cyrus for being a moderator in my fucking chat.
Yeah.
He had a problem with it. And I thought that was funny. I was like, really, dude? Like, Cyrus hasn't done or said anything to any of you fucks. And here you guys are fucking tearing him down. And then, what is it? That one guy, fucking Mahler, decided to give his fucking 2 cents in. And so did Freaky. And I'm like, Freaky, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like you don't even know Cyrus from Adam, and here you are talking shit.
Like, they decided to, like, they were first talking about Cyrus and Infinite Retro, and then all of a sudden, like, we became the subject.
Public enemy number one?
Yeah, and so we did a response to that, and we were wrong for doing the response to it because we're the ones starting shit by responding to them. Like, look, we never fucking once said anything about these motherfuckers. Like, it was never... you can go back to like every one of our streams since we started this new season without like the season without Rags, and every single time that we like his name was brought up, we are always talking about there's no hard feelings. Like he went his way, we went ours. We're still gonna do the show. It was never anything negative towards Rags. Every bit of negativity from this whole thing stemmed from Rags saying it first, and then us responding to it. But somehow we're the ones who stabbed Rags in the back. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you even get that. But when you blindly follow somebody, you can't see any faults with them.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, because Stonesy has such a bias towards us, he's willing to take any negative news about us, which is really funny because it's only coming from him and Rags. That's it. Well, him, Rags, and Fratanga.
Yeah, and they'll run with it. Like
he'll run with it. Yeah, he'll run with it.
Like it's fact, and he's heard it, and he has proof. But it's just a bunch of bullshit. And I don't even know why Stonesy's even in the middle. Because first of all, he was never fucking brought up at all. Like he was never fucking involved.
Bro, what this is an opportunity for him to. He has no social media presence. He's got a bunch of autistic kids that follow him, which I'm discovering because these kids are responding to me based on what he says. And when I call this kid out about social awareness and common sense,
he said he has autism.
He had autism. I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't talk to me then, Like I didn't say that to be mean, but I was legitimately like, okay, well, why are you talking to me then?
It was so funny as hell that you were talking about like the autist or whatever, and then all of a sudden the fucking autist fucking responds to you. I'm like, oh God, man, like I couldn't. I would have said like that's like the irony to the to 10th degree.
I think what you guys
it's an unhealthy fucking obsession. I swear to God, if he actually lived in the States, he would be camped out in front of Minor Brim's fucking house.
But I think you guys
see what we did every day.
It's funny you should say that. He's talking about immigrating to here.
Oh, let him. I'd let him.
I would love him to come to this country and watch him be an SJW.
As soon as that motherfucker,
you guys should take my approach, really, because there's a handful of times that these ass clowns have mentioned me with you guys, and I've publicly said over and over again, I never liked Rags. I never will.
Yeah,
he's fucking stupid. But you guys, on the other hand, are like, well, no, I don't have a problem with him. I never did, or whatever. No, just come out and say it. He's fucking stupid.
But I've never had I honestly never had a problem with Rags up until.
Come on, Rambo. He was a stuck-up little cocksucker the entire time.
We had our issues as far as like his beliefs and my beliefs, but I'm saying I've never had a problem on a personal level, like to where I thought of him.
That is a personal level.
I wouldn't think that's personal. Like his opinions to ours. I mean,
my opinion with him. Like, here's the thing. Like, our differences didn't start until this dumb fuck said that mods should be allowed to be paid for, and then used YouTube as a fucking example. Like, I was like, what? Like, how?
It was I mean the whole thing's a fucking shit show. But if he find out that he gets is headed to America, and before I do, you got to let me know where his plane lands.
Let me know where, because I'm going on vacation.
I will seriously have.
He's gonna pull a Jack Move Johnny, and you're gonna take that trip.
I will definitely take a road trip because I will meet him whenever he comes off that fucking plane,
bro. I think what you guys need though to really squash the beef is have someone like
we just need to set up a fucking like YouTube boxing match.
Oh yeah.
And then
hey, it's working. Yo, it's working with fucking what's his face and fucking.
Yeah, they're popular. That's the reason why it's working. But I mean, hell, I would love just to find a boxing match.
So you guys need like everybody in the situation needs some sort of reality check to the point to where like have someone on the outside as a moderator for a debate or a mediator. I mean, for some sort of discussion.
That's the funny part right there is you're talking about squashing beef.
I don't have
when
any
people
beef.
don't like each other, they don't like each other. There's
I
nothing
know
to squash.
I mean, I'm talking about clearly Brim and whoever it is.
Well, look, it's mainly me, Stonesy, and Rambo, right?
The thing is,
he's obsessed with us, and he won't leave us alone. So he feels like he needs to make up some bullshit about us.
Well, that's the thing is that there's nothing to make up. I mean, there's nothing for us to like make up over because I don't talk to the guy. Brim doesn't go actively like tweet to the guy. But he will come and take all of our tweets and then quote them and like turn it into something about him and us and like he's the one with this obsession. And I don't know you like if you've seen his like Twitter account before like he became obsessed with us, it was nothing besides DSP like Dark Side Phil tweets the whole fucking time. Like that's all he fucking talks about. Now it's Dark Side Phil, Brim, and Rambo. And it makes no fucking sense because nobody's ever really fucking dealt with this guy. He just decides to interject himself into everything.
He was a no-name, dude. When the Game Talk podcast first came, when the Game Talk podcast came around, he's been a no-name the whole time, right? Like nobody talked to him, nobody paid him any attention, nothing. Out of the fucking blue, when Rags and I and you, or let's just say the Game Talk in general and Rags has an issue. All of a sudden, Captain Sabo comes out of fucking nowhere, dude. And that's when all of our shit starts.
Yeah, and he's been on our nuts ever since. And like, you can't, no matter what you say, it just doesn't do any good. I don't know how much clearer I can be that I don't want to fucking talk to him. I don't respond to him at all. Like,
we're being cowards when we don't respond to him. And then when we talk to him, Rambo, he's like, well, why do you guys respond to me?
Yeah, you're off.
Your fucking mug, you faggot.
I'm like, I don't respond to my no matter how respond. I don't like anything. I act like he does not.
His newest thing, Rambo. By the way, his newest thing, Rambo, is well, I'm not actively affecting your social media presence, so I don't know why you're even worried about what I say about you. That's what he said to me the last time we talked.
Like, why are you even saying anything about anything?
Well, why are you talking? Yeah, exactly.
Nobody, neither one of us talk about this guy, but somehow the fact that we even tweet about anything, if he can correlate that to himself somehow, then all of a sudden, we start, we've somehow subtweeted him. I could be talking about, not wanting to deal with the fanboys or whatever, but if I don't come out and say specifically who I'm talking about, then he'll go, well, Rambo's talking about me, and I'm going to go after him for the next 12 hours. And I'm like, but the tweet wasn't even about you. I do not think about you.
Fucking prick.
I do not think about you at all. This motherfucker is the furthest thing from my mind, but I can't ever get him completely out of my mind. Because this motherfucker is constantly talking about me, and quote tweeting me and responding to me, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? At this point, I've had women in my life that have moved on quicker than this motherfucker.
I know, right?
Damn.
Well, no, he's not wrong, dude. Me too. I've had ex-girls, dude. I've had ex-fucks that moved on.
Yes.
Faster than this motherfucker, dude. This guy is hung on to me and Rambo like you wouldn't fucking believe. I believe at this point I owe this motherfucker some alimony.
I feel
like he got chocolate that shoots out their dick or something. I mean,
some sort of spousal support or something. Man, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck how I mind fucked this guy so fucking bad that we're talking it a year later and this motherfucker still cannot leave me alone. I blocked him for a while on Twitter, but apparently blocking him is somehow censoring him. So I like completely just unblock everybody. It's like, fuck it, you know, I have 5 kids. I can completely ignore people if I want to. So
he's like, I have the skills.
So every time he tweets to me, I just continue to scroll past it, and I never quote it, never say anything about it. And I swear, like, I wish I could show you someday. Like, there's some days where, like, if I go to my mentions, it's just nothing but Stonesy, and I'm like, and there's not a single one in there that is me replying to him. It's just fucking weird, man. It's like an unhealthy fucking obsession. And if I ever get to the point to where I'm like trying to go into a business venture, I'm gonna have to block his ass, so that way, like, he doesn't try to interject into my actual fucking life, because he's already done it once, and I've seen what he does at Darkside Phil. And
that shit's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, and Darkside Phil's never done anything to him. Never. Like, they've never had any interactions. But somehow he's taken it upon himself to where he thinks that he's capable of deciding who and what can, like, interact with Phil and on what level. It's fucking just mind blowing. It's scary.
That's your guys' man or boy, whatever.
It ain't mine, man. Like, I didn't ask for it, man.
Sometimes in life, the things you don't ask for are the best.
No, not
Bro,
in this case.
like,
Fuck, man. I'd rather have some of my fucking crazy ex-girlfriends be fucking hounding me, let alone this guy, man. Like, shit.
He's a fucking, like, I don't understand, like, this guy, right? Like, I remember, like, when we used to talk to him in the past, he was really anti-SJW, right? Like, he was really against that shit. Now he's like Mr. fucking SJW himself.
Well, because Fertanga's one, so he's now like joined up and followed whatever Fertanga's saying. Like, he lashes on to whoever the popular person is.
Oh yeah, no. What I've noticed that a lot of people who say, "Oh, we're against, we're more for freedom of speech, we're against this, we're against that," and then whenever it falls flat and against their opinions, then it's like, no. Now you can't speak. Now you must be. It's just fucking weird. That's a really good way to determine who's true to themselves and who isn't.
Oh, he's definitely not, because his opinions change, like, depending on who's around.
Hey, what's up, Fiery?
I've literally just got to the point. I mean, like, for a year, I quit responding.
Bro, you know how many times that I've tried to break off of this, and I've told people, like, yo, I'm not talking about Stones anymore. I'm done with Stonesy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I legitimately try, dude. But, like, Trust me, it takes a lot of power, because, like, I know what your mentions ends up looking like.
I literally scrolled through Twitter, and I literally saw that he was adding you at every fucking corner.
What's crazy, though, is that he'll jump on Brimstone for, like, supposedly talking about him without mentioning his name. But then if you go through his tweets, there's so many fucking times that he actually says Rambo, but is never a fucking tag to actually tag me.
By the way, real quick, just so we can move the topic, Brim, I sent you something. What do you think? It's for that same podcast you wanted to do.
Wait, you sent me? Yeah,
I listened. What time is it?
Yeah, no, I listened to that second one.
It's 5:30 for you, Rambo.
It is 5:30 for me too. And I need to go to school in an hour, so.
Yeah, my wife is gonna end up killing me.
I have to go to school at.
I just hadn't talked to Brim in a while.
I know, right? Brim, why don't you get on earlier?
Because
he
acts like working. Like we've already discussed that he's really not down with the game talk, because if he was, he would never have put work before us.
Right? Not like a fucking gamer, bro. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Who can still work?
Right? Who the fuck needs a full-time job in this economy? Fuck those assholes.
I mean, we're flourishing. I mean, look, ask us. We're flourishing off of government money.
No, real talk though. Before I head out of here, because I need to get a shower and head out. What do you think of the second one?
Oh,
Okay,
I was like,
so-
going, what?
so-
It's a song.
Remember
on his
that-
fucking
Yeah, I know
show.
you're talking to him now. Finally, though.
Remember?
threw me.
Okay, so you remember the synth that you sent me the first time, right?
Yeah.
Like that a little bit more upbeat, and you'll be perfect.
I don't know how to do that unless you want me to change the tempo of it or something. I don't know.
I really don't know. Then I mean, we'll have to work it out once we get time to actually hang out and talk.
Alrighty.
I'm off Monday and Tuesday, but I know you got school, so I don't know if I can.
Well, it depends what. I mean, I'll be home around 2:30 my time.
All right, then I'll just make it a. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just get on Monday or Tuesday.
Next-
That's noon 0:30 our time.
However, next week, what is it? Tuesday or Thursday? I mean, I don't know if will you be off that day or not?
On what day?
Thursday, because I'm gonna try to stay home all day.
No, I'm unfortunately I work that day, sir.
It's only off
Unless I
Mondays
could,
and Tuesdays.
unless I could EO that day, that'd be great.
I know I have to.
So you'll EO for him, but not for us. Okay. I see.
This fucking prick.
I mean, I'm gonna try to stay home that day because it's a state test for all the fucking freshman normies, and I don't want to go because we're literally just gonna go. Most likely, we're all just gonna hang out in the gym, and I really don't give a shit to do that. So.
Hey, Brim. I know y'all are. I'm gonna have to change the subject here for a minute, but I know that you were like when you first like started having your Monday and Tuesday off that you were like you want to spend those times with Val. But
I'm looking at doing possibly something late at night.
I was like,
so,
yeah, do you think
Val
there's
will
like
be asleep.
any possibility like to where like at least on maybe not even every week or whatever, but at least sometimes that we could actually have you like on a Monday or Tuesday and do like a special podcast that day where you're actually part of it.
Yes, I was thinking about it, and that's kind of where this after dark idea is coming from. Is I'll be able to at least get on late at night because Val will be asleep around 11 or 12 usually.
Could always, slip a gimmick in her drink. Just saying.
I'm like, hold on, guys, my roofie hasn't worked yet. Give me at least another 5 minutes.
And he's like, I'm gonna go Bill Cosby here.
Get up and do jumping jacks and make your blood pump a little bit.
He's like,
There
here,
you go.
Val, here, Val, here's a drink. Here's you a drink, and you want to go for a walk? By the time you get back, I'll have to be carrying you back, and it's okay.
Here, I'm gonna change the tempo of it a little bit so it makes it seem happy.
No, this podcast after dark thing, like that's one of the reasons why I've started to play with the idea with Trism of doing a show late at night. Hopefully it'll probably Monday or Tuesday. Either one of those days are going to be great. Either way, it's going to be possibly around
See, he's
midnight.
not even including us in that show.
Well, Goget
Yes,
also. You know, it's funny. Goget also came to me about needing a intro for his podcast that he wanted to do.
Well, that was well, we did. I think it was in this podcast. We because you had said something about making music, and I'm like, yeah, if you guys need music, go to Trism.
Yeah, so
Is the
music done, come to me.
yes, like because if it's like on Monday, like I'm always past like 2:00 anyway. That'd be around the time that you'd be getting on. So that would at least give us a few hours, whatever, of catching up or whatever.
Yeah, I plan on doing because so Omega Jim did some fucking awesome art for the debate shit that I want to do.
Oh
that's
yeah.
That's another thing I want to do for Game Talk is to do like an after night or like a late night debate show type thing. And so I got the art done for that thanks to Omega, and then I'm gonna end up having probably Trism do some audio for that if he's willing to.
I'm fine with it.
and
Just saying.
then I mean, there's a lot of shit that I want to. There's a lot of shit I want to do. There is a lot of shit I want to do, and unfortunately, only time I can do it is late at night when my girl's asleep. Which that's not really unfortunate. That's actually a really good thing. Because late at night, I get this house to myself. Like right now, I have the internet to myself, so I shouldn't have any streaming issues whatsoever. Technically, shouldn't have any streaming issues.
With your fucking budget internet, you never know because every time you go to do anything, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're working on the lines." Like
Pretty
Rambo
much.
knows all about budget technology. I mean, he games
Like-
on the PS4, so.
like we
Pretty
like,
much.
Same.
I'll
Let me know how your double A exclusives coming out here soon, okay?
have you know I used rechargeable battery packs.
maybe your next exclusive after this one will actually break a 70 on Metacritic.
Cuphead, sir.
It's not
Hey,
exclusive, Brim.
That's not exclusive, Brim. That's on Steam.
Fuck you, Rambo, and your technicalities.
All right, Bren, here you go. Let's see.
Just because the game is also on another platform doesn't mean it's not exclusive.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's multi-platform, damn it. Like,
Oh, I'm gonna need to send you this.
oh, I've heard those people's arguments, and I'm like, oh dear God, like y'all understand like what multi-plat means? Like, Blackbond had to explain it to K Mega, and he's, yeah, but I don't care about PCs. Like, that doesn't matter. Like what your opinions
I
are
don't care about Xbox.
Yeah, he's like, but what does
I
multi-plat
don't
mean?
even know why I'm
He's
friends
like
with you guys, I don't
multiple
even know.
platforms, and he's like,
Hey,
yeah,
there you
Omega. Hey, Omega.
more.
Speaking of Omega, look at that. Look at that.
What's up, Omega?
We just fucking summoned him.
Is Omega Jim in here?
Yeah, Omega Jim's here. Yeah. What's up, dude?
Of course, we've been up all night. You know we didn't get up to do this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, wait, what time is it real quick? Cause like, oh shit.
Yeah, Omega, I'm getting close to going to bed.
Oh, I gotta get up for the rest of the day.
Hey, Omega. Can you stop adding at Sonesy, please, on Twitter? Because this guy thinks I'm sicking you on him. Like, this guy legit told me that he thinks that I'm putting these guys after him.
Blame it all on me, and then I'll just block him.
Oh no, you're a pussy.
That's fine. I'll be a pussy. I don't care.
I'm like, dear God, like, and then you are against free speech, and I'm like, yeah, but you're like,
yeah,
free
sure.
speech is also that block button. Like it works both ways on the free speech thing.
Stonesy Jim, the guy thinks that I am sicking you on him.
I read that one too, and I was like, dear God, like, do you think that we have some sort of like cult following?
Oh, and by the way, Metro's not really half black.
Yeah, he's a Sean King.
But Stonesy has seen Gamer Dragon's dick from a couple angles, from my understanding.
Oh yeah, that was also. Brim.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Brim put him up to that.
Bro, dude, check this out. I was at work when that happened, and I get told that I'm the one that started that. I'm like, what? Dude, I was
next time, I'm telling Jamie that, you know, Stonesy doesn't believe you could fit a Coke bottle up your ass. Pick so it didn't happen. So, and don't think he won't do it and send it to fucking Stonesy.
Oh my God.
He loves a challenge. This is the guy that texts me randomly when he's out and about in my town, asking me if how safe my asshole feels. So don't think he won't do that to Stonesy.
I just don't like. I don't like. I read some of y'all's like going back and forth, and I'm like, I want to go. For him, it's not worth it. It's not. Because I've seen your you're whenever he gets going with you and y'all go back and forth, like your tweets take up my whole entire page. Like it goes from, like I'll see your interactions and it'll go to another person's tweet, and another interaction from you, and another person's tweet, another. Like it's like, dear God, this motherfucker's been going like for 15 hours.
Anyway,
well, you notice that like I haven't really responded to him, even with his allegations against. Because I told him to prove it, and then he's like, "I don't need to prove it." Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because you didn't prove the allegations. That I'm like, well, fuck you, man. Like, first of all, it's called being respectful that you don't leak DMs.
And like I said, like the people that mattered in that whole situation saw them.
No, yeah, and they know, and he's nobody to the whole fucking situation.
Exactly.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna head out of here because I really need to go. As much as I would love to fucking stay, I need to go. So I will talk to you guys Friday, or will you guys be on later today?
Yeah, we'll be Friday. Oh, okay. I mean, not.
Well, I mean, it don't matter if you guys will be on later today or Friday.
Oh yeah, I know we'll for sure be on Friday for the cast, but
yeah. All right. Well, holy shit, you guys have been going on for 7 fucking hours.
Yep.
Let's go for 12.
It's Shane's fault.
Shane, god damn it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we've
there.
tried
I just posted it in streaming and chill.
We've tried ending it like several times, but Shane won't quit fucking bringing up subjects.
Yeah, this Shane guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
Hey,
like shit. I wanted to go to 7 hours ago.
I'm gonna add him on Twitter and call him a fucking faggot. No, but seriously though, I gotta head out of here. It was nice talking to you guys.
All right, man.
Peace.
Yeah.
Later, bro.
Later.
Yeah, you know Fatal you know Bear Hugger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came through too.
Yeah, he don't talk to me anymore for some reason.
I think he would now. I think he's kind
He's
of
a
like
different guy now. He doesn't even
Yeah.
go by Bear Hugger.
yeah, he's relaxed a lot from the Bear Hugger days.
Has he? That's good.
Yeah, he's more of a laid back, chill dude.
Fiery
Oh,
Shadow wants
He
to
went back
join
to
us.
his
You guys got a
Canadian
problem with
self.
that?
No, go ahead. You can pull him up.
Alright.
Oh shit!
This
Hey.
should be good.
How many PCs do you have, buddy?
Who is this?
One of Gogan's friends.
Oh, not Fiery
No,
Shadow.
He's all right. He's a cool dude.
I know, I'm fucking with him.
He had a rough start though. It was funny.
It's just a simple question. I just want to know how many PCs you have.
Did you just fart?
No, I blew a raspberry.
Oh, I was like going, dear God, like you might want to check your pants after that.
What are you blowing fruits for? What, you can't find a dick?
Oh my god.
Oh, Brim did it. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're the one that did it. You're like, hey, can I have money in here? Like, okay.
Yeah, Brent. I mean, if all else fails, it's Brent's fault.
That always works. Like when my wife gets mad at me, I'm like, "Hey, Andrew did it. Go talk to him."
What's gonna be funny? What's gonna be funny is that like
Did
whenever
you just use my slave name on stream?
You use it on Twitter.
it's gonna
No,
be funny
it's a
whenever
text form. I don't knowingly do it. It just texts. Jeez.
it's gonna be
My
funny
s-
whenever Stonesy turned around and blamed Brim for Stonesy's perpetual argument with me.
Yeah, I'm waiting
eventually,
for
it's
that
going to
too.
be eventually it's going to be your fault, and
Yeah, the beef between me and Rambo's all Brimstone's fault.
yeah, Brim put him up to it. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Fuck, I wouldn't be surprised.
You apparently have a lot of cult following.
Well,
for
you know, anything you guys do is automatically blamed on me. But you know what's
For
funny?
somebody who only gets 1 like and 1 retweet, you sure do have a fucking cult following.
Pretty much.
Yeah, The argument doesn't make sense, but
Bro,
then
like,
again-
you know what's funny is anytime you interact with him, it's my fault.
yeah,
Anything that Shane says or does, my fault.
what's
Yeah,
funny
of
is that
course.
Shane called him an asshole or a cunt or something like that, and he's like, I honestly had no problem with you, but you know, like, I'm like going, who the fuck are you? Like, do you like nobody even?
I
you're like
directly called him something. You guys don't
Yeah.
even mention him.
you are like the fucking Twitter follower that comes in your mentions that has like 2 followers and thinks you're somebody. Like nobody. God, it's just so. Yeah, please tell me where he lands. I swear, I will go to jail that day, but it'll be it's only assault and battery, and I can get out of jail pretty easy.
He's like, I'll start saving bail money now.
Yeah, my wife already knows, and she's already agreed to post the bill for me. So that's a
Your wife would
motherfucker.
like him, right? From what you've said,
No, 'cause
like,
yeah, well, that's the
your wife
motherfucker
hates
that brought up. That's the motherfucker that brought up my wife and kids in a damn gaming debate. Like the PC is objectively better. Like all of a sudden, it became about my wife and kids, and that's that. That's whenever I told him to come to Oklahoma and say that shit to my face. He's like, "Well, you pay for the ticket, motherfucker. You're the
Okay.
one brave enough to say it. Get your ass over here."
right? And you know what's funny is like I brought up the fact. So he's been clipping my video. Rambo,
Mhm.
he's been clipping my videos. So he
Yeah.
clipped one of my videos where I mentioned like what was it? Fucking Furtonga disassociating himself.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
Right. So now, like, I love how he doesn't hold Fertanga to the coals like he does you and me over there.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, Fertanga like gets a pass because he's popular, and without him, then Stonesy becomes back irrelevant, like completely.
And you know
That's
what's funny
basically
is,
his baby daddy, though. I mean,
and Fertanga made that apparent. Like, actually, like, did you see that tweet where Fertanga was like, "Well, to be honest, the only reason why you get that many views is because I retweet most of your stuff."
Yep.
I was laughing my ass off. I was like, "Yo, but it's true though."
Yep. It's
I mean,
like
he
it.
has the nerve to call you and me a leech, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you went from a rags to a Fertanga leech. And we have yet to ever do anything with either one of them. Like, we never tried to benefit from Rags being on the stream. Like, we never once said, like, you have to shout us out or anything like that. Like, nothing. Oh, God.
Makes your brain hurt. I know.
Yeah, it's just, I can only handle so much fucking stupid. And between the console fanboys and then my stalker, like, it just becomes. And I didn't even know if
What
Fertanga.
now?
My stalker, like he's definitely effectively a stalker at this point. And when it comes to Fertanga, like I never even knew Fertanga even had an issue with anything because he never really says anything. And then all of a sudden he like brought up the whole I'm ruining the gaming industry with my loot box.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
loot box purchases that you literally like said you were joking about, and he just can't let go.
yeah, he just like they just heard part of the story and they were like, okay, well that's enough of it. I know I read the beginning of the book, but I don't need to worry about the end of it.
You know he's doing like that shit on purpose, right? He's willfully being ignorant of the fact that you were joking around.
Oh yeah, so that way he can create views from it later on. His channel of content is the same as like the other response channels, as they die out because you eventually end up having the same arguments over and over again. And so in order to garner more people to watch, you have to create your drama. And so that's what he spends his time doing, is trying to create drama with different people in order to like make content for himself. But what's funny is that there's a guy named Keeper on Twitter, and he's actually a PC gamer. Like, he has a rig, I think, with the old 1080 Ti's and stuff. Like, I mean, he has a damn good PC rig, and he knows like a lot of shit about PC. And he tried to get into like Fertanga tried to call him out, and that didn't go well. I just responded back to him like Underkeeper was like, dude, I'm telling you, with that one and the other one that goes by Stonesy second, is like it's really best if they quote your tweet or whatever they think they're really smart, just to ignore them, because none of them are gamers. They just like to talk shit. That's all they're.
Yeah.
It's all about talking shit. Don't even fucking pay attention to them. And now, like, whenever Fertanga tries to call Underachiever out, like, he doesn't even respond. And I think that's what drives them nuts the most, is they think that they're important enough for people to respond.
Well, you know, like I said, like I went ahead and I messaged no bullshit, and I let him know, like, hey, like, these guys are just trying to get your goat. You just fucking ignore them. And he's all, yeah, these guys are pretty fucking moronic. I'm like, yeah. Oh, he actually responded, which I was actually surprised, because that guy is actually pretty big. And
yeah, what's funny is that the amount of people on, or the amount of times that Stonesy thought he was winning the argument with no bullshit. Like, it really, like, Stonesy has this argument in his head, and somehow he declares himself the winner. while the argument is still going, he talks about how he owned him, and I'm like, dude, like, have you read the conversation? Because, like, I don't know how you can read this conversation and come out going, I owned anybody.
I'm the victor.
Yeah, I'm like, self-proclaimed victory is not really so much of a victory.
So I'm loving this new mouse, Shane. This Furion, or whatever the fuck they call it.
Did you get a Budget Tech
awesome.
one?
No, I got Logitech, man.
Budget Tech, yeah.
Well, I thought you said you like Logitech. Oh wait, no, you're a Razer guy. That's right.
I'm a Razer guy, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, you are a Budget Tech guy. Never mind.
Corsair.
I have the Razer. I have a mouse I can't even pronounce. The Ouroboros or something.
Corsair.
Ouroboros?
Sounds like a James Bond villain. It's like Ouroboros or something like
Yeah,
that.
Trust me, it does to me. Like people ask me what mouse I have. I'm like that Owen. I don't know. I have to look it up. I have to start
That
spelling it out.
Owen?
Yeah, I have to go to figure out how to say it. I have to go to Amazon and type in Razor. It's hard, and then hit O, and then it automatically fills in the rest. I'm like, that one. That's the one I have. I still don't know how to say it, but that's what I have. But guys, I am going to get off here. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to try to get some sleep before my wife wakes up and gets pissed
He's
off.
like, thank God. Jesus.
He's like, I don't know if I. Yeah, what's up?
One thing before you go, right?
Okay.
Why are Vita games so expensive?
Oh,
Why are video games so expensive?
Vita.
PlayStation Vita.
Oh, Vita games. I yet to figure that one out. Like that. Even the used games. Whenever I go to GameStop to buy some.
Digital.
Well, even digital games, like they're
They're
they're all
pricey as
still
fuck.
pricey. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make
I thought
sense.
someone played an ET soundbite. He's like, Vita. I'm like, what?
No, that's those things are like to me the price per the price for each game is outrageously high for
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
what it is.
Probably because the Vita is no longer manufactured.
Yeah, but you figure that would lower the price and the cost of them. But
Yeah.
for some reason, like
It's the
PlayStation
exact
is,
opposite.
yeah, PlayStation's either kept them the same or they've made them to where they're actually even higher at some points. But you can even go into the store to try to find the physical version, and it's still high in there too. So I don't know. I don't know if they're like the Nintendo games that just keep their value, or people just know that somebody somewhere will actually,
Yeah,
what's it called? Yeah, buy them. So, they're going to charge that much money anyway, because it makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Anyway, that was what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Have fun.
Well, oh yeah. Well, I'm just going to bed, so I don't really know how much fun that's going to be, but I'll let you know when I'll wake up. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Later.
Later, buddy.
Don't get into too many arguments on Twitter before I wake up, though, Brim.
Bro, like I am not even gonna look at Twitter before I go to bed. I'm so tired of it.
I imagine you probably have a long list of like needing to respond to something.
Yo, my one day of Twitter equates to your entire year on the stupidity between you and fucking Hard 8 and the rest of those fucking clowns.
Yeah, I know, because like you've gotten like what I used to get on a daily basis. You're starting to get it.
Which
But
is
yeah, I
fucking
know.
annoying. And it's all from
Yeah.
one person. That's the worst part
I know.
about it.
Trust me, I know. Whenever I had like 58 messages from him in one day,
Oh,
I was
God.
like, dear God, man,
Yeah, I've got 12 and counting right now on Discord, which I'm ignoring. I'm not even looking at them.
They're probably all Jamie's dick.
Yeah, one of them's Jamie's dick, which I've already seen that bitch. I'm not seeing it again. I'm not about that life, all right? Like, fuck that guy.
I'll talk to you later, man.
Later.
Later.
Peace.
Okay, I'm seriously just watching something called Initial Bean, which is Initial D, Mr. Bean parody. Oh my goodness. Has anyone ever seen that one where Mr. Bean like drives a car on his roof with a couch?
I haven't seen any of the Mr.
Hey,
Bean movies,
Jim,
actually.
you have a good night, sir.
What?
Later, Jim.
I love Jim. He is such a nice dude. Like he's
Omega?
done all of our artwork. Omega Jim, yeah, he does all of our. No fucking. He doesn't ask for anything in return, but like he gets shout outs and shit. Like he's a pretty nice dude. Like he's been with us since day one.
Yeah, as long as you stop sicking him on Stonesy.
Yeah, I'm a fucking monster. Shut up! You guys are talking too much.
I know,
Dude,
right?
There's nothing left to talk about. All right, in there.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Let's see. We started at 8. It's now 4.
What?
Yep.
So what are
This
you
is
trying to
just
say, Shane? You don't like 8-hour podcasts?
This is just about a full day's worth of work.
Yeah, not even I do this long. Fucking hell.
You know what, Shane? It sounds like to me you're just being a hater.
Haters gonna hate.
Is it really 4 o'clock right now?
Yeah, 3:58.
Dude, I'm usually going to bed right now.
And you work fucking night shift.
Yo, Graveyard just came open, and they're like, hey, you come to Grave? I'm like, no. They're like, come on, man, you'll love it. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I know the stupidity Graveyard does. No, I'm not about that life, dude. I'll kill somebody. I have to deal with enough stupidity on Twitter by one person. What makes you think I need to go to Graveyard and deal with it by like 6 other people? Fuck that. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Ugh.
But no, if you want to end it, Pete, you can. I was just, I'm glad I was able to catch it with you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's late and we've kind of run out of shit. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Whoever's hung out this long. And,
Right?
You're a legend.
right. And we'll see you on Friday.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Suka